Excuse me. Hello, hello, hello. I jumped in a little bit early because today I was so busy trying to make sure that I was on time. So now I'm in here a little bit early. And normally I just start talking. But today I'm going to give it a minute or so for some people to come in because I want to have a conversation. There's somebody here. Let me know who you are. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, Good morning. There's a Facebook user, and I don't have a name, so I'm gonna. Good morning, Sister Vanessa. Oh, I'm glad you're here because you can take part in this conversation. So let me see if I can see who's here. Geneva, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Selena. So I want to honor you ladies' time. And so we're going to go ahead and jump in and start talking. So it's weird. I was talking to a friend of mine that's a mom. And so everybody on here so far is a mom. So you guys can help me in this conversation. And I really want you to talk back to me in the comments, but was talking to a friend of mine who is a mom, and it was just funny because she was asking me to pray for her, and she was like, I really need you to pray for me. Hey, good morning, Crystal. Good morning. And Crystal, good, because you can come in from the other side of this, and I'll tell you how in a minute. But I was talking to a friend of mine who was saying, Shannon, I really need you to pray with me. And she was sharing with me, that she had literally started fasting over some things that were going on in her family and with her children. And as I started talking to her, I was like, well, pray for me because I'm dealing with such and such an XYZ and ABC. And we began talking. Good morning. There's another Facebook user, does not tell me who it is. So I'm going to try to go in. If you came in on Perfect Peace, I probably won't be able to see your name. Good morning. That's Sonia. Good morning to you, Sonia. So today I really just wanted to talk. I'm sure, come up with scripture as we're talking, but I didn't even have a theme scripture. I can tell you in First Corinthians, I think it's 10:13, I believe, that talks about, and there has no temptation overtaken you. But I kept saying to myself this morning, and I kept encouraging my friend in the spirit realm, God said he would not put any more on us than we can bear. But sometimes, even in our relationships, for those of us that are mothers, and that is where my prayer request is coming from. Good morning, Juanita. Good morning. And as a mom, I don't think struggle is the word. I think struggle is too strong of a word. But really, just reminding myself, for those of us who are women of God, whether it is being a mother, whether it is being a wife, and even whether it is being a daughter or a sister, I am recognizing that every relationship in my life is a ministry, and that God has put every person in my family, in my life, in that particular place in my life for a reason, but it's work. And this morning, so I'll share my testimony with you all. And Juanita, Cornelius is on. Good morning, Martha. Good morning. I got confused at first when I saw the name. And for everyone else, good morning, Sister Williams. For those of you that don't know, I'll back up a little bit and give a little bit of my testimony. As you all know, my girls, neither one of them are biologically mine. My oldest, Genesis, is my niece, and my youngest, Soraya, is adopted. And we went on last Thursday. Many of you have heard my testimony. You've seen it on Facebook. Soraya is special needs. And so in addition to, being adopted and dealing with some things, but the weird thing is, it just feels like things are all over the spectrum. And in some areas, she tests extremely below her current age. And other areas, she tests at a 21, 22-year-old woman. And so it is work. And it is sometimes, I say every day, I'm not going to cry on video. It is sometimes mentally and spiritually and physiologically draining and exhausting. But I remember the day when we were going back and forth to court, and I'm just sharing my testimony to then get to the conversation. But we were going back and forth to court, and my mom said to me, "Shannon, God knows, and if God lets them take this baby from you, then that means He knows what's coming up the line, and He knows it's going to be more than you could handle. If He allows this baby to stay with you, it means it's because He knows that He has called you and destined you to raise this child, and you are called to be her mother." Sherry Hill Smith, I see on here that you are on, and now I'm gonna cry because I need you on this today, because I have just really been battling, and I feel like I'm trying to get my own bearings, and I'm trying to keep my own mind. Who, I'm so tired of crying on videos, but I'm praying that my transparency will help somebody else. And those of you that have advice, I need you to type it in the comments so everybody can see it. But I feel like in trying to keep myself together, and I'm trying to do good self-care, but parenting is like, parenting in itself is work. Um, but I am really trying to be there for my dad and do what needs to be done for my dad. But parenting a special needs child is work. And I keep hearing God say to me, "I will not put more on you than you can bear." And I know beyond a shadow of a reasonable, possible doubt that this is what I am called to do. I have been called to be her mother. I have been anointed to raise this child into the woman of God. Good morning. There's someone else on. Steph, good morning. Into the woman of God that God has called her to be. And Stephanie Shepherd, you're on as well, and you can probably chime in on this. But I want to, from the sake of my own open, wide heart, where I am right now, I'm not just talking to mothers. Crystal, I see that you are on here. Crystal, you minister to your mom. You take good care of your mom. I was hoping Tasha Simon would jump on, because Tasha has been taking fantastic care of her parents. I don't know what the relationship. Yes, Sherry, it's definitely work that's worth doing. But I just wanted to encourage you all, because I needed God to encourage me today. And so I needed to pass that on. And some of this, I need to speak out of my own mouth to you all. And I need you to be able to encourage even each other. So it might be tips, it might be tricks that we're going to be posting. I'm going to ask you, it doesn't matter. Some of you are wives, and your husband is giving you fits, and being a wife is work for you. And I can't speak from being a wife, but I can tell you that the joy of the Lord will be your strength. And I can tell you that God would not call you to something that He would not strengthen you to do.